it's unbelievable how much I don't care one way or the other. Meaning, I don't care about political correctness. I'm willing to have people make fun of me. But at the same token, it's insane to think in 2017 where EQ and the market, like to be a human and not realize that anybody can do it as long as they've got the skill is the great flaw of that person.
And one of like the videos that I watched that like got me introduced to you is your out of college.
Yes.
Next 5. So
yes.
I'm very recently out of
yes.
college, and this is my next 5 years. So if you were like, and if someone was to, after watching that video, come back to you and be like, okay, so here I am, Gary, working for your company.
Yes.
What is the best advice that you could give me to make my mark over the next 5 years?
The number one thing you should do is have a relationship with all 700 people here. I know that there are 316 people here that disproportionately affect the outcome of your life professionally and personally. And I think you need to figure that out. You have it really lucky. You work in a company where we've created a culture where that's appropriate. 99% of these fucking buildings are filled with companies that you can't go and say hello to somebody. And you could do it with, to me, all the way down. I would, exactly. And what you don't know is this is not a check the box. You can email me tomorrow and be like, hey, can we talk for 10 minutes? And it gets done. And so if I'm doing that, they'll all do that. So I would highly recommend to push yourself to create those relationships. And this new office allows that. Like sitting in the cafeteria for an hour and just like kind of working, but kind of wanting to use it to say hello, super appropriate, super the best use of your time.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, good to see you again.
Good to see you
Hey.
again. Sir, Vlad.
Vlad, how are you? When you come from fucking shit, you have a tough time calibrating when you have. Right now, one of my biggest flaws is this is more attractive to me than the fact that I can go hire 7 full-time CTO type characters. I can afford it. There's no reason not to. But you know us, right? Like, I still want to fucking hack it together. I still want to, like, save like let's go for like 45 so we can do 30 like that stuff and like 15 us or 30 or maybe even an hour.
I'll be back.
Great. Actually, that's a very good, I got a little rant. Roma, come in here, be in my rant.
Sure.
Don't say anything, but just be in it.
Of course.
Back to that question, D-Rock. I actually had a very interesting thought lately, which is how do you break people's mentality to default into looking at the negative versus the positive? Fundamentally, at the end of the day, the truest thing is that whenever I hear anything, I just default, you lost some weight?
Yeah.
You look good, man.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Fundamentally, I just look at things and I look at the positive. And I think a lot of people that are losing are just defaulting into the negative. It's really that binary. Grace, it's that binary.
100% agree.
Yeah, it's just, and so how do, and leaving actually, I'm asking for people in the comments, like, I don't know if it's like modern medicine and everyone's like, no, don't take pills. I don't know if it's, going and seeing somebody. Like, I'm trying to figure out how all the executives, all the business people, all the entrepreneurs, all the people in my life, how do they default from looking at the negative versus the positive? Like Vinny looks at the positive.
Every day.
I do.
Don't you think that you basically, when confronted with something, just look at the positive? That's been my read on you.
In a realistic way. You have to know what's really there, but then you have to focus on the positive part of it, because otherwise what are we doing?
Right, you can't just be glossing over issues.
Right.
Like it can't be all just rainbows when it's on fire.
Yeah. When you know what's really going on.
Realistic positivity.
Realistic positivity.
Realistic positivity.
With Vayner Capital when they want to do an A next year, probably.
Can you ask them if they would put that in, if we put a certain amount? Okay, so I need to talk to Brian for 5 minutes before. Hey, Lil.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Great to see you.
So nice to see
You well?
you.
Dollars you have for the app, and I'll work on getting you the best app for the lowest possible price. All right, see you later. I want to stack the deck on anything that's performance-based as much as I can. So I want to really set the tone in one meeting with all of you of like, I really want this to work. I think it takes a lot of ego and humility from every direction. Anytime you want more oomph to try to vig the outcome of success, you know what, this is a good way to put it. I think I'm going to be able to articulate it. You need to be smart when something's on the line. This is exactly the time to like audit yourself and figure out where you're strong and where you're not. Thanks, guys. You know how many times somebody, you know this because you're a businessman. The amount of times somebody's had the better product and lost is 1 million, because that's why marketing matters so much. So keep going.
So now you have guys.
But it's never more fun than to pretend to be behind the marketing of the best product, because if you can figure it out, it goes fucking batshit.
Okay, well,
They're playing into like the actual.
Which you will meet shortly, Gary Vaynerchuk, who is a thought leader, not just a thought leader in the industry of global marketing, digital marketing, what's going on in digital and social and platforms and all things brands, but also runs and has created a really unique and disruptive agency called VaynerMedia and touches on all of these things. But what's very interesting about, my opinion, about Gary is that he's one of those guys that gets it and has always had his finger kind of almost above the pulse before it even happens and he does something and becomes something. So I thought it'd be very interesting before we start diving into, as a company, to start tackling things like content and platforms and getting into the nitty gritty, to really kind of get our mind right and to really kind of get in this perspective of really what's going on and what's necessary today. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Gary Vaynerchuk.
I'm gonna sit. Thanks for having me. In a world where everybody who's winning goes bottom up instead of top down. To like when you literally tell your engineer friends or your friends in architecture or like just a common sense bright person that that's what we do in marketing, they do not understand. It makes zero sense. But that's what the whole ecosystem is built on. So I think the first thing is you have to break it. So to me, breaking it comes in a lot of ways. Number one, we have to tell our brand managers that they need to get comfortable with the fact that their leverage of being the person that makes the judgment call on that creative needs to go away. I thought one of the more interesting things, at least I've heard, one of the more interesting things in fashion is people blending now high end, low end, right? Like, Jesus, don't you understand that that's what's happening in marketing capabilities too? Like, why does every video have to be like super triple, like we were, like all the brands, if you sat here and looked at all the brands that have gone from 0 to 50 million in revenue strictly in a digital world, not everything is super shiny and glossy. And by the way, if you want Instagram stories to be super shiny and glossy, you don't have to record right from there. You can take stills and upload them. It can be you could spend $400,000 on a 10-second video if you want. You shouldn't. The reason I win is I don't give a shit if I get your business. And so when I punch your CEO or CFO or creative director in the face, who cares? Either they're gonna respond super well or they're not. But I can't ask you guys to do that. And then the other problem is your partners that are supposed to be helping you, they make more margin if you stay the course. So why would they tell you that? Cool. Thanks for having me. I want you to write about things that you're interested in. Now, I think there's a really interesting video that I made the other day where I was talking to a young man and I said, look, you need to be thinking about documenting more than you need to be thinking about creating. And so one of the places, Dave, where people get really caught up here is they get too precious and trying to make something too great. This, that, the other thing. Hold on 1 second, Dave.
Gary,
Yeah.
I'm a huge follower. You. I applied to a bunch of times at your company, but I've been
thank
dying
you.
to meet you.
Thank
Can
you.
I get a selfie with you?
Sure.
How you doing today?
I'm well.
Gary V!
Yo!
What up, baby? The man right here. Biggest thought leader of our generation.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
D-Rock.
Nice meeting you. So, thank you, man. So look, this is perfect. I can use that as content for this call. I'm not sure exactly what that kid was, what brought him value, but I can tell you it's different than what brought other people value.
I'm gonna have a beer, man.
Of course, I'm gonna have a beer with you now.
Beer. So good
How
to
you
see
been,
you.
man? Good to see you, brother.
Congrats on
Oh, well?
everything, by the way.
I've taken it already a step forward. I wrote a book in 2011 called Thank You Economy. We have been working on what you just saw. We know how to take listening and make it actionable in real time, creative, and amplification. That's real.
That's real.
That's fucking real. And we're doing it at scale. This is a multi-million-dollar campaign. Like, we know what we're doing. It's cool, man. All right, D-Rock, where are we going? No, I got another meeting. $4. $4? Okay.
I'll see. I'm gonna
Love
walk
you.
this way. See you guys.
See you.
Have a good night.
Stay hungry, right?
What's that? Yes.
Yeah, can I get a picture with you, bro?
Yeah, sure, man.
Thank you so much for that motto, bro. Like,
Thank you, bro. What's your name?
Alex.
Gary.
Got you. Matter of fact, I got a vlog. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, let's say what's up.
What's going on? This is Gary from Stay Hungry. Your motto I always use. I swear to God, this is the reason why I say stay hungry. This is
Thank you,
the man,
brother.
man.
Gary Vee, what's up, everybody? Hope you're super well. Stay hungry. Like, what are you gonna do? Die and regret that you didn't go for it?
Gotta go hard.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
Go
man.
hard, baby. Love
Thank
it.
you, bro.
See you, man.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.
I love, you know what? I love when branding gets to a place where people know who you are, but you don't know exactly, you know? It's so interesting. Yes, that makes sense. And so I think it goes to entrepreneurship. Like, if you're very passionate about that, I'd rather write you a $500,000 check to start your thing, because the great thing about that is nobody can stop you. The market stops you, you know? What I worry about anywhere is somebody along the way above can stop it. And I hate that shit. So I don't know, that's my answer. It's putting yourself in the right playing field in the beginning. I'll give you this, because I think we don't, like, you can get us from some angles, then we're done. Yeah.